Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving School.
Hello and welcome to Oh in the Town, and here's what's coming up today. Luton head to Wales for the second time in a week, but leave with 0 points as we go down 2-0 to Swansea. A much better performance though than last Saturday when we were in Cardiff. So today we discuss the game in more detail. We take a look at Elliot Lee. How good has his start to the season been? Can he improve more? Can we get more out of Elliot Lee? We're going to be discussing that today. And we also answer your Instagram questions and your Twitter fleets. And as always, I'm joined today by Dave and Bataro, who joined us on Zoom again tonight because he has to go back into isolation. What's all this about, Bataro?
Oh, mate, please don't even go there. I'm fed up already. Basically... positive COVID test in the girlfriend's family home, so I'm now isolated with them due to my grandma being old and vulnerable. So yeah.
So what number day are you on? 2 weeks off work, can't go wrong. How many days into your isolation are you?
3. Is that?
Amazing.
What's day say? Monday. Oh, it's Monday. Of course it's Monday. What day is it, idiot? Yeah. So Friday. So technically 3 days. Great.
God, you've got a long way to go, mate. Lucky that didn't happen a couple of weeks ago, otherwise you'd have missed that Norwich game. How was it being back at Kenilworth Road?
Oh, mate, it was actually wonderful, you know.
Tell us more.
Amazing.
Tell everyone who hasn't been to Kenilworth Road yet, how was it for you? How was it turning up early with masks on?
I'll be honest, we've got a 6:50 slot, but personally, I thought it was brilliant. I thought they did a great job. Honestly, amazing. And yeah, it was obviously slightly different, but at the same time, it's football. At least get to see a live game. That's the main thing. So, but overly, it was good effort all round.
A lot of people spotted you as well, didn't they?
I was about to say that. A lot of people spotted you.
Oh, great. Did they?
I've had lots of communication. I saw Bataro at the game on iFollow. I saw him on the telly.
Yeah, it's probably not a good view.
How good was it though, having fans back and just hearing, when Moncur scores that first goal against Norwich? How good was it to hear that cheer? Just amazing.
You know what, mate? It didn't feel any different. I mean, I was off my seat anyway. I literally ran down fucking the steps and whatever else. I think they told you to stay in your seats, but they didn't really mind. I didn't go and squeeze no one, so it's good, man. Proper good. Good.
I'm pleased for you. It was a really good result as well, wasn't it? Good performance.
It was excellent. Great performance. I don't know about, obviously, like you boys watching on the TV, but I thought it was, masterclass, really.
It was well deserved.
High press, yeah.
The press was really high, and that was fantastic. It was fantastic. Good result, good score, and it's good to see that the fans are back, and hopefully I'll get my turn soon.
Hopefully.
I hope so, for your sake.
Well, let's talk about the game against Swansea at the weekend, because it was just one of them games, weren't it, where it just felt like nothing kind of just went for us in the end. Here's some 3-word reviews of Swansea 2, Luton 0. Darren says, another frustrating match. Ross says, not our day. Liam, scoreline flatters Swans. Justin says, Luke Berry miss. Joe, own worst enemies. Harris says, I hate Wales. Batari will probably like that one, mate. Adam says, subs offered nothing. John says, must take chances. And we look at Luke Berry miss from Justin, and John said must take chances. That's like the story of this league, isn't it? If you don't take your chances in the Championship, you get punished for it and you lose the game. And I think we've known that from last season. That Preston away game last season where Cornick misses that 1-on-1. In this league, you have to take them chances, don't you? And Berry's miss needs to go
terrible.
In. Yeah, let's not talk about that yet.
Oh, we have to.
Let's not. It was so bad. It was so bad.
I'll be honest. I was cheering. I thought he went in, and then next week I was like, "Oh fuck me, I'm like an idiot." It was, mate. I was embarrassed for him, to be honest. Love the bloke, but you got to be putting him away.
Did he actually shin it? Did he shin the ball, or did he strike it?
Because he went back too much.
Unbelievable. I thought there's no way he's not going to score. I mean, was it James Collins just on the goal line, and he couldn't believe he'd missed it. Could not believe he missed it. Poor. And you're right. We should take those chances, and that's when the luck's not going your way, I think. I think that's what happens.
Mate, James Collins is probably standing there thinking, Christ, whose is worse, mine or his? Do you know what I mean? He's had a few, anything like that as well.
Oh, look, hang on. There's no forgiveness for missing against Watford at all.
No.
Not at all. But that one...
That's the worst then.
I mean, that one against on Saturday, he should have... There's no doubt he should have.
To be fair,
scored.
though, how many times have we sat here on this podcast this season and said stuff like that? Like you said, that Watford miss from Colo, that Birmingham miss from Colo. You know, last season we said it all the time with Cornick. It just feels like there's so many opportunities here where we're sitting and saying, if he just buries that, and you think how many more points we'd gain. You know, we could have still probably lost that game if he equalises on Saturday. But
yeah, well, of course.
Oh,
to be honest, mate, I'm getting bored of all these chances we're missing. Well, I say all these chances, but you know, the occasional one where you think, you got to tuck that away. That's an easy chance. It just gets boring. It's frustrating. It's boring, but we keep doing it, so we're used to it now, aren't we?
I think if Berry scores, it's a completely different game.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
of course,
still a long way to go, isn't there? In if he scores that chance. Well, let's start from team news then. So we had 2 changes, both at fullback. Dan Potts comes in for his first start in months, I think. Since the end of last season, I think Dan Potts starts. Bree's back in as well, isn't he? And it took him a minute to score.
Yeah, roughly about that, wasn't it?
Disappointing.
Wasn't long at all.
Hadn't really sat down, had you, to watch the game, and before you know it, a deflected shot, and it's in, and you just think, oh, well, that's on
Typical.
the back foot. I often think though, when we score or we concede early, you think, oh well, at least it's early. We've got long enough to get back in it. But you're on the back foot from minute 2. It's not a good start to a game ever.
No. I when I'm at work, I normally have the live commentary come up on Sky. So I turned it on straight away. It was like greyed out, and I was like, well, what's happened? Goal straight away. I was just like, what's the point? Just turn it off.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it was a bit like that, but you know what? The performance after that was not too bad.
It was an unfortunate goal to concede as well, wasn't it? Deflection on it, which takes it past the keeper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I actually cannot remember and I didn't watch the game. Was it Shea or Sluger in goal at the weekend? It was Shea, wasn't it?
Shea.
Yeah, Shea. But he couldn't have stopped it. Literally couldn't have stopped it. Could we have shut him down a bit quicker? Maybe. But you know, it's not what you want to see at the start of the match. It's not. It's the first shot towards goal, gets deflected, goes in, and you're on the back foot straight away. Not a good start.
I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a repeat of the Cardiff game. I thought, here we go, we're going to ship goals now. But do you know what? I was quite impressed with the reaction to it, though, after the goal went in. I thought we did all right. But that killer instinct, the killer edge, we haven't got it. Well, we didn't have it Saturday, should I say. But
yeah, I sort of agree with you. Because you know what? Batara, when that goal went in, I was at the same ilk of you. I thought, oh my God, we're gonna score 5 or 6. It's going to go in. Because it was such a poor start. You know, we didn't fire up. But after that, we settled and we played some decent football.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the thing is that you take into consideration, obviously, the Norwich result and the performance as well. And in contrast with that, it was obviously going to be slightly different. Like, I mean, styles make the fighters, whatever the saying goes, and whatever else. But yeah, it was a good reaction, but probably not good enough.
Well, it wasn't good enough,
especially
especially
that second goal, lads. Come on, that second goal as well. Fuck me, I was screaming at the TV, saying, "How's he? Do you know what I mean? Close him down. I was screaming, close him down." Oh, guess what? He gets a shot away. He's going to score, mate. He's a £20 million player.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think that's when you look at a team like Swansea, I think they're now joint 3rd in the league, and you know they're a tough team to play against. And you look at them stats from the game. Everything for once, like it looked like we were in control of that game. It looked like we had more possession. I think we had like 60%. Jacob's actually put the stats here. So 55% possession, 7 shots, 2 on target. You know, to go to Swansea, who are 3rd, 4th in the table, and play that well. You know, I think Luton should feel disappointed they didn't come away with a point or at least a goal.
Of course.
Monka, he hit the post, didn't he? Very good shot. Basically similar to his Norwich strike, wasn't it?
I think that was a save. I think it was a save. I don't think he hit the post. I think the goalkeeper pushed it out.
It was a very good save. Yeah,
goalkeeper pushed it out.
I don't know. It might have been the post after, but it was a great. Yeah, it was a great save though.
It was a great save.
I'll be honest. I missed it at the time. I only saw the replay.
No, I think it was a good save from the goalkeeper. I don't think he'd done any more for that. That goes in again. The game's different. I generally don't think that Swansea were that much. I mean, I can't believe they're 4th in the table or 3rd in the table. I can't believe that. I didn't think they offered that much at all. And I think that's possibly because we played pretty decently. We just didn't create.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. To be honest, like I said, all-round performance, it was all right. I mean, the pitch was terrible, don't get it wrong. It was a cut up to anything, wasn't it? It was awful pitch.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
And you couldn't play, you can't play your natural passing game on that. But, like you said, Dave, we matched them. They didn't look like nothing special. They really did not look nothing special at all. And if they're going to be up there at the end of the season, which, probably might be, they're going to be probably in the top 8, top 10 at least anyway. But you can take positives from it, I suppose. That's the only, benefit. But
I guess so, because last week at Cardiff, we couldn't take any positives from the game when it comes to the Swansea game. And you could probably say Swansea, on paper, are a better team than Cardiff. So, it's just a shame then we didn't put that performance in last week at Cardiff. But it's just the Championship, isn't it? Like, who expected us to go and put 3 past Norwich? Because I definitely didn't. So it's just one of them, isn't it? Like tomorrow or tonight, we could go smash Coventry, go to St Andrews, score 3 or 4 past them.
I hope so.
Well, we need to. We need to do something. We need to turn this forward.
Yeah, because they're creeping up on us now.
Yeah, you go from the Norwich game where we played really, really well, and we put in a good performance, got a great result. Then we played pretty well at Swansea and didn't get the result. We need to get the result against Coventry. We need that result, because otherwise we start falling down that league table, and suddenly
it's tightened up a little bit now as well.
Exactly that, and all the goodwill that the fans are giving the team at the minute will start to go if we don't start, turning some of our chances into goals and games and wins.
What do we do then to turn these chances into goals? Like what we got to do? I know it just sounds as simple as we just need to score, but is it a personnel change? Like, is it time to start getting like Nombi in the game, see if he can start finishing? We just need that like natural 15, 16.
Well, yeah, like I keep saying every week. Not every week, but I'd like to see 2 up top occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind sometimes away from home. You know what I mean? You're playing against a very good side. Sometimes tighten up the midfield, put 1 extra in. I get that. But sometimes I want to see 2 up top, especially when you're chasing the game. 2 up top. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about you lads, but I know I want to. I want to see 2 up top.
Yeah. No, I get that, because, it gets to that stage where it helps just having an extra forward on the pitch, doesn't it? Just that extra burst of pace from someone.
Just some link-up play as well, do you know what I mean? Just some link-up play between the two. That'd be nice. But sometimes we haven't got that because, I don't know, it's the formation, the structure and how we're playing, but I'm not criticising it, but sometimes we're a bit, for like attacking prowess, we're a bit out of sorts sometimes.
I mean, I don't think about the second goal in that game very much, really. I think we were trying to push forward for an equaliser. I think we just got caught out. And by the time
terrible defending, though.
Well, it might have been terrible defending, but they were, it made no difference. We would have got, we were pushing forward. It was towards the end of the game, and they always get you on a sucker punch there, don't they? I think when the game started and it went 1-0 so quickly, then the manager has to think about, what his tactics were and does he need to change them. That's what I think. Although, having said that, I thought we still put in a decent performance. It was just a case of we didn't get, that thing that you don't believe in, we didn't get any of it. That luck, we didn't get it. That's how I feel about it.
Pearson got sent off. Let's talk about his red card, second yellow for a high boot. It's one of them ones, isn't it, that you sometimes see this given. It's just, I don't know. For me, he puts his foot up high, makes contact with the player. I don't think you can have any complaints at the second yellow. What do you think?
Or does the player does the player make contact with his foot? I've seen them yellow carded before. Either outlaw the overhead kick fully so no one does it, or you've got to take into account that sometimes you might have an accidental, because there's no way it was intentional. It's an accidental collision because you can't see what's behind you. It's an attempt for the ball. Exactly. So either outlaw the bloody movement of doing that.
It's an attempt for the ball with a high boot. Surely it doesn't matter if it's an overhead kick.
All right, and so
what's the difference between that and him just raising his boot?
When is an overhead kick allowed then? When you're standing on your own?
When you don't boot a player's head.
When you're standing on your own?
Yeah, but how do you know the player's there though?
Yeah,
the player's behind him.
So either outlaw it or deal with it, or have a bit of bloody common sense. And I
genuinely, it's subjective, isn't it?
I'll tell you something else, Patara. I don't know if you noticed on Saturday that I think the referee was influenced by the players. I think the Swansea players went from you got to go and give him a yellow.
That's just part of the game.
It's part of the game, my ass.
It's part of the game. Yeah, you see it every week.
Like, you know what you're saying? It's well, hang on, I can hear myself. I'm sorry, hang on a minute. Oh, God. No, I mean, you say part of the game, but at the same time, though, it's what it is. But
have you not heard Nathan Jones' interview?
No.
I didn't listen to it after.
Because someone literally asked him, he said, do you think the Swansea players surrounding the ref got him sent off? And he went, I've got no problem with that. He said, our players would have done it. He said, everyone does that in the Championship. And he goes, my players would have done that as well. Yeah,
no, I understand that. But at the same time, though, the referees be stronger. Because for me, I don't think it was a second yellow. I thought it was a genuine attempt for the ball.
Well, it was a genuine, but
that was it.
But I genuinely know that's a yellow card. It was a yellow card because he made contact with the player's head. Now, sometimes the players duck down into those sort of things because they're trying to head the ball, and that's unfortunate. But it was a high kick. But the bottom line is, if you're allowed to do the overhead kick, you've got to take into account. Surely, you've got to take into account that you don't know who's there. You've got to take that into account.
Well, let's face it.
Just timed it wrong.
100 times. You see that 100 times, and probably 50-50. 50 of them get booked, the other 50 don't. It's one of them ones. It's up to the referee, I suppose. Like I say, it's his discretion. But for me, I don't like to see that, especially when a player like Matty Pearce on Saturday, I felt like he didn't really put a foot wrong with, aggression or anything like that. I thought he had a solid game. He did it right. And genuine attempt, you let him off. Does it again, fine, you go. But for me, nah.
What was his first booking for as well? That's the other thing. I think I can't
remember.
I think he just took one for the team. I think on an attack. I think he just took one for the team. I get frustrated with overhead kicks. We've had a few people that could do it really well. Maybe the opportunity wasn't there. He thought it was.
I'm going to do a live poll on When the Town Twitter right now. Was Pearson's second yellow against Swansea harsh? Yes or no? They're the two options you can have. Go vote. It might still be live.
Do you know what? I really hope it's 50-50 now as well.
I'm just interested to see what people think, because for me, I do think it's a red. I think it's a second yellow. But
yeah, I agree with you, but I think the rules are rubbish. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, but that's the thing, that they are just the rules.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So I don't think the referee had any choice. But when you're facing your back to the goal and you do that, you don't know who's behind you. The chances are you might kick someone. That's the sad thing about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, for me, the defender puts his head in there as well to go and clear the ball. He puts himself at risk as well. So, for me, I don't know. I just think old school defending, stick your head in there, and that's it. You take a couple of whacks. I don't know. That's just my way I look at things. But I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But yeah, I can understand why he got sent off. Well, second year, I should say. But yeah. But for me personally, soft.
Well, when that second yellow happened, it kind of just, I don't know, you looked at the game and thought, well, that's pretty much going to be in it. Swansea are just going to see this one out. And Ray had a header cleared off the line. And it just ended up with RU scoring that second goal. And like you said, Batara, that guy's was worth 20 mil at one stage in his career. Mm-hmm. And like we back off him. He scores, past Shea. Nothing we can do.
There's the other thing, Batara, that we forget to remember there, that we played a while with 10 men. We still created chances. We still played pretty decently, and they caught us. That atrocious defending you're talking about happened when we were a player short, and our centre half wasn't on the pitch. So for me, I think with 10 men, we still look dangerous at times. And you're saying that just clearing off a line. I mean, that was a brilliant chance, and he happened to be standing in the right place to kick it away.
I'll be honest. I think the keeper had it though.
Well, he didn't have it though, did he? He missed it. He was the guy cleared it off the line. Though.
No, what you know about because the keeper was behind the defender.
I'll tell you now, it was going to go in. Just tell you.
He knows everything, mate. Clearly.
Look at the replay.
Oh.
Well, it just kind of ended 2-0, didn't it? And you look at the result and you think, we'll just move on to Coventry.
No, it definitely ended 2-0, mate. You know what I mean? Definitely ended 2-0.
It definitely ended 2-0.
Yeah, but the difference between the two games in Wales is from one we can take some positives and one we can't. And I think we take the positives. We played well against Norwich. We can take the positives against Swansea, but we must step it up a little bit for the game against Coventry.
Some live results on the poll so far. It's only been up for 3 minutes. 83% of people have said yes to the second yellow being harsh. So, yeah, agreeing with you, Patara. harsh second yellow.
Well, yeah, let's leave it, mate. It's probably about 5 votes at the moment. Let's leave it.
It's on 18. It's going up.
Ah, that's all right.
So we'll see what it's on tomorrow. But if you want to go vote in that poll, if you think Pearson's second yellow was harsh, leave your opinion as well on what we think. Do you think it was a second yellow like me or not like Patara and Dave?
I'm just going to go and vote now.
Go vote. Let's move on to today's player focus. We wanted to take a look at Elliot Lee. Producer Jacobs texted me after the Swansea game and he's like, I think we should focus on Lee. He's come on as a sub. There's been some mixed reviews on him. So with Elliot Lee, because I think he massively improved, didn't he, when Nathan Jones came back at the end of last season. He wasn't getting a look in under Graham Jones. What have you made of him this season so far? Scored more than Cornick.
You know what? He's not really going to my head quite a lot, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, all I can remember, like I said, when he came back into the team, when Jonesy came back, I mean, yeah, he did well. But I think he looked like he started off all right.
Yeah.
But last few weeks, I haven't really been impressed.
What is it he's lacking or not doing that's not impressing you?
Everyone knows he's been lacking a bit of pace for years, but I don't know. For me, Saturday, when he came on, I just think he slowed us massively down. Massively slowed us down. I'll be honest, I wanted him to go straight back off the pitch.
I think sometimes when he plays, he's on the game, and I think he's been missing. I think I agree with you. He's been missing a little bit recently, but sometimes he's got a good touch. Sometimes, but we want it every time. I think that's the problem we have. He's got to be more consistent, as far as I think. I think more consistent.
He takes too many touches as well, especially Saturday, man. He was taking 5, 6, 7, 8 touches sometimes. That's not acceptable.
Well, you're only as good as your last game, aren't you, really? And his last game hasn't been that great. So I just feel you're right. When he came back into the team, I think he was really inspired, and maybe he's lost a bit of that. Maybe.
To be honest, it was that Swansea game last season, I remember, at the Liberty, where the 1-0, where I remember him like tracking back and putting in tackles and stuff. And I think that's the side of Elliot Lee, we saw and we like, this player. And in that Huddersfield game with the second goal, even Wickham, he scored the second goal against Wickham this season. And I do still think we've got a lot to see from Elliot Lee. So we asked you, what have you made of Lee's starts of the season? And Ian said, Lee can be dangerous to the opposition. He needs to be played further up the pitch to become effective. Maybe this is because he's not athletic enough for the Championship. He's good enough footballer, but at this level, a large part of the game is athleticism. What do you make of that?
Well, it's exactly what Patara said, isn't it? Yeah. He said he's a bit slow at times, so you need to be quicker. Yeah, I get that.
But I think I understand sometimes. I wouldn't say you need to be athletic all the time. If you've got a brain, you can get away with being athletic. I believe that. But sometimes there's certain positions that you need a bit of pace and flair, and you put in Elliot Lee there, we haven't got it. I don't think we've got enough pace in the team, really. Pace, flair, nothing like that. But I said there's solid players all round, but you need an outstanding attribute in some areas. And playing Lee, was he playing on the left Saturday?
Do you know what?
When he came on?
Do you know what? I was so disappointed at that point. I think he possibly was. I don't think he contributed enough. I don't think he contributed enough on Saturday. But if you look overall, there's some games where he's been right on it. So it's a difficult one. What was he asked to do? That's the question. What does the manager ask him to play? Does the manager ask him to hold back and not push forward and control the midfield in a different way? Is that what his job is? And that's why we're getting frustrated. But perhaps we're not seeing what the manager is seeing.
Yeah, and of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be too harsh on him, obviously, because he's done all right since he got back. He's done pretty well, in fact. But I'll be honest, Saturday, I thought he was dreadful. Absolute shite.
Alison says...
I'm going to be honest, but I'm not being disrespectful to him because I like him, but he's not the best player in the world, But Saturday, nah.
Bit of work to do. Well, Alison says he needs to be played as a number 10 and needs consistent game time. He has such a great touch on the ball, but we won't see the best of him until he gets more regular starts. I just think in this time of the season, isn't it, that we have to be rotating the squad. We've got 3 games a week.
Yep.
Yeah, we've also got 5 substitutes a game. Yeah. So you can rotate your squad that way and rest people that way. I sort of agree. If you get more game time, you become better at it, right? Surely.
Yeah, but you can't be playing 3 games in a week. The squad needs freshening up.
Well, I get that. I get you can't play 3 games in a week, but...
Well, some can.
Okay, some can. All right, we'll go with some can, but you can't. If we're talking about this one player, he needs a little bit more consistent game time. If you're going on for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you don't get into the game quick long enough. It takes a while sometimes.
This comment from Ollie pretty much agrees with what you said, Batari. So he says he's looked good. However, in recent games, he's taken one too many touches. This could be an issue with his confidence, but he is good enough for the Championship, as he showed last season. He just needs to release the ball faster. It's pretty much what you said.
Too many touches.
Too many touches, yeah.
No, I don't know what's going with that one, but yeah, I can't really say any more on it. I mean, that is it. Too many touches. I mean, yeah, you get some good games from him, but I'll be honest, right? I'm a throw out there, you should do, but I wouldn't start him. He's not a starter for me. I'm not saying he's not good enough to play. I think he can contribute to certain games or whatever, but for me, he's not a starter. He's not good enough to be starting in this league.
So when do you bring him on? Do you see him as an impact player to come on like when we're chasing a goal away at Swansea and, help us get a goal? Do you see that? Do you see him coming on when we're winning?
No, I don't.
So what do you see him as?
I see him as a player to, you're playing good football, you're cutting goals out, possession football, or even if you're controlling the game, just someone who's, he can be decent on the ball, but you need to be controlling the game for him to be in the game. That's what I believe. People might disagree with that, but that's what I believe. I don't think when you're having it all your own way, he's not the player for me. For me, I'm not a manager, do you know what I mean? But for me, he's not the one.
You look back at the Wickham game, he came on when you'd say, with controlling the game, scores the second goal, sets up the goal against Derby, I think it was it? With that free kick for Bury earlier on in the season as well. Some interesting points. Chris says defensive work rate has been the most impressive part of his game when he's played. Going forward, he has a tendency to slow up play and doesn't always release quick enough. Can also go missing in games. Literally, everyone just seems to be saying the same thing. It's quite interesting, actually, isn't it? How everyone's noticing, actually, when it comes to him, maybe he does just need to release the ball quicker. Do you think he knows that as a player? Do you reckon he sits there and goes, you know what, I know I'm being too slow on it?
I think he's probably been told that. I think he's probably been told that by the staff and his players as well. There are times where you can see arms go up in frustration that he hasn't played the ball quicker. So it's easy for us to see that on the pitch, isn't it? When you're watching a game on the TV or you're watching a game at the stadium, you can see all the movement. When you actually play football, sometimes you don't see that movement quick enough to make that pass. But
oh yeah, of course,
it's difficult. It's a difficult
it's easy
one.
for us to sit there and go, look at that, look at this, look at that, but he can't see all that.
No,
I get that. We all get it. I mean, anyone who don't get that is probably a little bit thick. Let's face it. But no, just it's a tough job, man. It's a good level of football. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's not cut out for that level, but
when
sometimes,
but when the team do shift the ball quick, they create more chances. They do really, really well. And I agree. Sometimes you look at, you think, play the ball when he hasn't done it, and you get so frustrated with it, frustrated. So it's sad, really.
Well, it will be definitely interesting to see if he's in the starting 11 against Coventry. So before we move on, I just wanted to say a word on Dewsbury Hall because I thought he was really good against Norwich. What do you guys make of him?
Unreal. Unbelievable, mate. I've seen him in the flesh, mate, as well. Unbelievable talent.
I bet you loved it, didn't you?
Oh, mate, honestly, the guy's unreal. Unbelievable. You notice the quality straight away. I mean, some of us were there.
It was.
Sorry,
to be fair though, Bataro, to be fair to you, and I've read a lot of comments from a lot of people that were at the game, and everybody said the same. To see him playing was, he really, really showed his class. To see it live.
He did.
To see it live. Unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it, mate. Honestly, sometimes, right, he was getting the bloody ball. He was turning around. I was thinking, shit, how's he turned out that way? It's like he knew. He got his picture straight away. He was always a second or two quicker than everyone else. Oh, mate, honestly, it was beautiful to watch.
I think Nathan Jones said something.
Watching a video game at times with him.
Did Nathan Jones say we tried to sign him permanently and Leicester just weren't having it?
Yeah.
There's no way he's coming to us permanently, is there? Like he would you say next season he could be lower Premier League, upper Championship side?
Hey, it could be lower Premier League with us. I don't mind.
Like that.
He's definitely got potential, isn't he, though? Like you can see him being a top player in a few years.
Mate, I've not seen. I'll tell you what, right? I've seen quite a lot of Premier League players and like international games as well play, and I'll tell you what, he stands out more than some of them that I've seen play. Some people are on 50, 60, 70 grand a week. Not saying he's as good as them, but I'm saying he stood out for me more. Maybe because he's a lone player at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Currently, so, but no,
And you
top
compare
notch,
him,
mate. Top notch.
If you compare him as well to Izzy Brown, who we had last year, you could probably say like similar kind of roles they're playing this season, aren't they?
Hey, come on. I think if you had to choose between the two of them now, you know which one you'd pick.
100%.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think we were a bit, dispirited when we didn't get Izzy this season or when he went back. I thought, he did a good job when he was fit enough, but this guy is a different
Just
class.
unreal,
He's
isn't
a
he?
different class. Different class.
He's probably my favourite player at the moment.
The thing is, I think fair play, he's class, man. But he knows his strengths as well. He plays to his strengths. He doesn't don't do too much either. He doesn't overdo it. He knows where to turn. He knows when to pass the ball. He doesn't sit there and go, oh, fuck me, I can go and beat another 2 players. He might beat 2 or 3 players. He don't go past another 1 or 2, does he? Knocks the ball off, makes a run.
Knows he's clever.
You want to see, it's beautiful.
Yeah, distribution good, passing good, everything. You can't fault him at the moment.
No, you can't.
So don't go and get injured.
Should we get into some questions today then? Twitter fleets and Instagram DMs. LTFC Talk says, who is the player of the season so far?
We've not just answered that.
Would you say, can we give it to Dewsbury Hall? He's not played as many as everyone else.
You know what I'm going to say.
Let's have a guess.
Lads, 3 guesses. Go on.
All right,
I'll give you one. Give you one.
Okay. No, I don't know. Tell us.
Well, it's a tough one, really, but it's Sonny Bradley for me.
Sonny Bradley. Terrible news with Sonny this week, though, as well, wasn't it? With his dad passing. So all our thoughts with Sonny at the moment. Alex says, starting 11 when everyone is fully fit. I don't like doing starting 11s on the podcast, but should we rattle through a starting 11?
I pass, thank you.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Well,
It's tough.
if your goalkeeper's fit, then at the moment you pick Sluga.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get producer Jacob to put this question out on Twitter to everyone. What's our strongest starting 11 when everyone is fit? That's what we want to know. Twitter.
Pearson at right back.
No, Pearson at right back. What are you chatting Pearson at right back? No, Bree at right back.
Oh, I'm taking the
There are
piss,
so
mate.
many.
But you know what? Don't slate him though. He's done all right recently when he played right back.
There are so many permutations you could have, isn't there? There's so many. So that's a good question. And we need, when you
put it to socials.
Well, to be fair, when you spring this on us at this time of the podcast without us, knowing in advance, it's difficult, isn't it? Just to name 11 straight off.
Maybe. Kieran says, what are your thoughts on the new players after 16 games? Who do we even start? We signed Clark, didn't we, at the start of the season?
Oh, mate, I was just about to say Jordan Clark for me goes in the starting 11 every week.
He played well, hasn't he?
He's brilliant.
I thought he did really well against Norwich. I thought it was a definite foul on him, that little push.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Against Norwich as well.
I thought he was class, mate.
Mate, another one I'd love to see. I was sitting there thinking to myself, mate, this guy, he looks, how was he playing for Accrington all these years? How has he not jumped up levels before?
Yeah, true. And when he gets the ball, it's quite exciting sometimes, isn't it?
It is, because he's very positive, isn't he, on the ball?
Absolutely.
Always looking to attack.
Yeah. Why isn't Morel starting? That's the other question I need to know.
Well, yeah. I'd love to know that as well, Dave.
I don't know.
He was your favourite player when we signed him.
Well, favourite signing, yeah.
I
was buzzing, mate. I was buzzing my tits off when we signed him, but I haven't really seen enough of him yet. But I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll be in that team eventually, cemented.
Reece Norrington-Davis, one of the other signings on loan we've made. He's been just amazing again, hasn't he?
Phenomenal.
He's just a proper Nathan Jones fullback, I think.
Mate, he bombs it, doesn't he? Like, do you know what the mad thing is? And I keep going back to the Norwich game. Sorry about this, lads, but I'm honestly not trying to rub it in, Dave. Please don't look at me like that. But,
were you there, mate? You said.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was actually. Yeah, but no, seriously though, I couldn't believe it, right? Because I said to my uncle and his mate, I said, do you know what the mad thing is? It's 87 minutes on the clock or whatever it was, and I said, this guy is still sprinting. He's been sprinting all game. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen. Well, I have seen it, but
he's just got an engine on him, isn't he?
Nuts, mate. You still bomb it down the wing. Go on, lad.
Yeah.
Was that sorry, Chris?
Well, that's quite exciting, though, isn't it? If he's giving that big contribution to the team in that way, I like it.
I just said he's got an engine on him, Batara. I think he's just showing.
Unreal.
He's a youngster. He's got again another one with a lot of potential. I think Jones tried to sign permanently as well. Who knows?
Mate, his engine's crazy. It really is. I'd rather get on his back and go to work on him every morning. Do you know what I mean? If I can sit in my car, be more reliable.
Goodness
me. Yeah.
Isolation's doing you a lot, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Save me petrol anyway.
The thing is, with Sheffield United doing so poorly in the Premier League, if they go down, he's probably going to be a starter for them, isn't he, in the Championship? Let's be honest. So, come on, Sheffield United, get up your game a bit.
Not going to happen.
James says, why does everyone seem to think Collins isn't up to Championship level? What is your opinion on him?
You know what? I thought he was brilliant against Norwich, and I thought he did all right the other day as well. Did all right.
I just think he needs to score some more simple chances. I do think he's Championship quality. I just think he just needs to score a few more simple chances.
I just think sometimes it's hard for him because it's off the ball work.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he gets a goal or two in game after game, then people will look at him and say, "Oh, actually, we misjudged him." He doesn't play into he doesn't get selected for international football if he's not good enough for a Championship, surely. And I'm getting really sick and tired of hearing, we've got League 1, League 2 players in our team in the Championship. We're a Championship team.
Exactly, and we survived last season, man. That's the thing.
Exactly. So, give him a little bit of time, and hopefully he'll come good. I think he's a good player.
And something to back that up, you'd probably say any of our first team could walk into any team in League 1 and improve him.
100%. Of course they fucking will, man. They're Championship players. I'm sorry, they're all Championship players now. All of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That backs it up.
All of them. Anyone who says they're not Championship, then I'd question what they're seeing, because we're sitting now 13th in the league, something like that,
mm-hmm.
or whatever we are. But still, we're on 22 points from what? How many games? 17 or whatever.
16.
16.
16.
But yeah, still, there you go. But mate,
and you know what?
Championship players, then
with the exception of 1 or 2 games, when we've lost, we've not been that bad. We haven't been we haven't been like the whipping boys that we were beginning of last season.
Well, especially the first sort of like 6 months.
Exactly, and so they have stepped up and they are learning and they are playing better. So give Colo a chance. He scores 1 goal, he might get another one the next game, or he might get 2.
Yeah, of course. And like I keep saying, he plays up top by himself majority of the time, man. Imagine you had like a strike partner of him. He's doing the donkey work. People forget this. Collins does the donkey work, mate. He frees a lot of people up to do other things. This is what people need to remember. Anyone who slates Colo, go and analyse that bloke for 90 minutes and see what he does.
It's a good point.
He does a lot more.
I like it. Jamie says, with the back line rotating so much, do you think this is affecting the team?
What's that, sorry?
With the back line rotating a lot, does this affect the team?
No, I think the back 4 or back 3, whatever I call them, I think they looked all right. I think they look solid. I mean, Lockyer, since he's come in, he looked good.
Apart from his slip against Norwich, he's looked all right.
Who? That slip?
Yeah, against Norwich. Apart from that,
yeah, it's a slip. Right. Yeah, it's only a slip, and it happens.
Happens to the best of us, doesn't it, Batara?
Yeah, it does, mate. I mean, I slip on the crease of my hair sometimes. They don't see me complaining, but yeah. But no, I mean, they look good, man. I think they look good. I think that's he's changed the formation up a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think they're all professionals. They can all play football. It doesn't matter if you've got the same 4 every week at the back, or they rotate them, because we've already said that we need to rotate them for time. So they're all professional footballers. They should be able to deal with it. We might have a preference for the back 4, but they all play fairly well.
Chris says
as well. I do.
Yeah, so I look at it.
Chris says, should we shoot more from outside the box?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah,
please. I think, pepper the goal with shots, please.
Just give it some
shoot more.
Yeah.
Please shoot more.
Have a long shot.
Mate, just anything, even deflection. Do you know what I mean? Go anywhere.
Well, look, bloody hell,
anything, go up the corner.
You're right, because bloody Swansea's, had a lucky deflection from a shot. I know that was innocent.
Exactly.
Shoot more. Just shoot more.
And then their second goal was outside the box as well, wasn't it?
Shoot bloody more. Well, at the end of the day, if you don't shoot, you're not going to get a goal, are you? So shoot more and take some shots from outside the box.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly that.
Especially if they've been analysing games recently when we haven't been doing it, they wouldn't be expecting it. Go, do it.
Good stuff.
I could shoot.
Good stuff.
I've scored from outside the box at the Kenny, just to let you know.
Have you?
Lucky for some. Thank you. So our next 2 games.
Was the only goalkeeper?
Shut up.
Coventry and Preston at home. Preston, we can welcome 2,000 fans. Batara, I guess you're at the back of the queue now to get in, aren't you?
Yeah, back of the queue.
Oh, Dave.
Get down the back of the queue.
Dave, go on. Fucking go on. Yeah, but I went to the first game back, so.
Yeah, well, I went to one about a month ago, so.
Yeah, I don't care about
I'm the real winner.
Right, I haven't been to any games yet, you bastards. So I'll be next, hopefully.
Coventry and Preston, how many points are we taking from that? 4, 6?
Don't do that.
4.
Don't say that.
Would you be happy with 3?
Nah.
No, you want 4 points from this.
I want to beat Coventry. I don't want anything other than a win against Coventry. And I don't want to lose to Preston. I don't like losing games. So 4 points for me.
4 points would be a good return. What are you saying, Dave?
That's not unrealistic either. So,
well, as usual, I'm just going to say I want 6.
6 points.
I want 6, but realistically, if we get 4, then we should be a little bit happier.
I'll be happy with 4.
We'll be happy with 4, happier with 6.
Shall I have a look at the poll, what it ended on, before we go?
Yeah.
oh, go on then.
Should Bataro get his haircut? Is that one?
85% of votes
Okay.
said yes to Pearson's second yellow being harsh, and that's nearly 100 votes.
How many, sorry?
85%.
85%.
Do you think we're looking through it? We're looking through it through rose-tinted specs, really, because technically it was a foul because he kicked the guy in the head.
Not even, Dave. Not even.
No.
No, because you know how unbiased I am. How we sit there shouting at the commentary sometimes, sitting there going, "Oh, you're just fucking biased. We were shit. We were this. We were that." But no, I generally still feel it was a very harsh decision.
Well, 85% of people agree.
You know what I mean?
Can I just say also, when we talk about commentary, someone ought to put some of Simon's best bits together where he says where he says the wrong things, because he said a lot of funny things recently in the iFollows. So
he said something funny against Norwich. Can't quite remember what it was, but it was funny. I can't remember what it was. We did tweet it, but
yeah, it was quite funny, and it is funny all the time. Sometimes, so someone should do that. Get on it. Everybody on socials.
I feel his pain. I say the wrong thing sometimes. I feel his pain. Drink to that.
Cool. Well, enjoyed this podcast today, guys. We're going to end it there. Thanks so much for joining us on Zoom, Batara. Enjoy your isolation. We'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks will be Christmas.
It's 10 days. It's 10 days.
Oh, shit.
It's 10 days, isn't it?
I'm out next Thursday. I'm out. Week Thursday, so.
Cool. Yeah. We'll sort it out. Have a good one.
Be out, mate, with a beer in my hand. Sound like
Christmas podcast. That sounds good.
Cool. Have a good one. Thanks so much for listening.
Can I just ask one thing before you finish? Sorry about this. If I need beer, will you come and deliver it to me? Because I've probably gone for about 20 odd so far, but yeah, I might need some more.
Maybe.
Can you not do
the bottles, try and calm myself down.
Online. You can go online shop.
Nah, Dave. I came to Dave, didn't it? The old big shop. I need a beer delivery. Man, it's too expensive coming from Morrison's or something.
Right, you send me what you want, and I'll get it before I bring it up.
All right, we'll leave you to sort out the beer. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Get us on socials. When the Town, and we shall see you next week.